Hello again. How's everyone been? That's good. You ever get that? You're like, how you doing? That's good. Yeah, I don't know. And that's always a sign that somebody's like really uninterested. How you doing? Yeah, I don't care. But I do. So let me start over. How's everyone doing? Good? Good. It's been a while since I've been on here. And I've actually just been kind of sitting back and just watching everything, right? You sometimes you just kind of like, did he really say that? Or are they really doing that? But like I said before, if you don't say anything, that's how, the government and everything like that, that's how they all can like slip things by you. And you can't let that happen. And this channel is basically for people who know. I'm going to say it like that. People who know what's going on. But there aren't many people saying exactly what's going on. So let me backtrack. If you look at my previous stuff, you already know the kind of person I am. I'm a straight shooter. Tell you exactly how I feel in any given situation. So I was looking at it like, I know it didn't just stop. I just reset my phone and cleared everything out. There is no way that my phone is still saying that it's insufficient space because there's nothing on there now. So now that I'm starting back, I just wanted to, first and foremost, I heard about the lady who got killed by the person she thought was an Uber driver. And the first thing that came to mind, I don't know if it was a little, well, actually it was less humane. It was like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Like, eventually you kind of knew, because it's like I just register online. I try to be an Uber driver, but it wasn't even about the whole Uber driver thing, because they got everybody, they know your car and everything like that. It wasn't even an Uber driver. She just got in the back of a car that she thought was an Uber driver. And that scares me, because how many people see, but you see those Lyft signs, like for the Lyft, you see that, right? And they have like, it's all lit up in the front of their dashboard car, which is technically illegal because they're not supposed to have anything in the front, especially if you're in New York State. But I'm leaving that alone. It scared the mess out of me because I was watching The View and I actually saw their footage of like the girl was just kind of like, and just got right in the back seat. He didn't say anything. He just pulled right. Like, that is just, you would think he didn't say anything. He just got like, yeah, where you going? And you like, and then they found her, and then you think like, was the car stolen? Was it like, how do we find this guy? And all these cameras and stuff out there in every corner, especially in Buffalo. You would see a license plate, eventually know who. But I'm like, that car had to be stolen because they haven't found the person yet. And that's a very scary notion. So I'm gonna say very sorry to her family and everything, and her friends. I've had tragedy in my life, but I can't imagine like losing like my best friend or anything like that to something insane like that. This isn't Split. This is this is real life, and you never know. And I heard the girls, the ladies on View were saying like, make sure you travel with, that's unrealistic because people don't all live in the same house. Like, they're going to travel. Okay, we all go out as girlfriends. Yeah. But when we leave, we're not like, some people all jump in the same cab, but eventually there's going to be one person unless we live right next door down the street from each other. So we can both get out at the same time and I'll just walk. Or, we'll split up, walk halfway. So the realization of that is that people, and I don't want to say that that's going to continue to happen, but you need to be aware. Like they say, know the dangers. You need to be aware of, for women out there, you need to be aware. Because I'm telling you, like, they say you carry your keys. No, I don't carry my keys. Yeah, I don't carry my keys. I have a fucking knife in my coat pocket. You know what I mean? Or I put it in my bra like it's 1970s. you have razors, and I don't play, because you never know. You know, you're going out there, you're partying, and you get a little tipsy, and oh, this is my Uber, and then you don't, and then that could have happened to anybody. That could have happened to me. That could happen to my sister. That could have happened to your friend. Like, that's scary. That's a very scary notion. So, when people say, they say, well, we're calling everybody to hang out in like New York City. Yeah. Buffalo, New York, there's some smaller places. It's like, yeah, still watch your back. But some people are like, yeah, I know my way home. You have to be of sound mind. If I'm jumping in the back of somebody's cab, I have to be in sound. I don't want to be like half drunk, passed out on the seat. Now I was like that when I was like 19, 20 years old. I would just kind of like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, it's this address. You don't be too messed up, but you be like, yeah, it's this address. But you never know. He could have been pumping something in the car. You don't know. And that's the scary thing. I really do. I'm gonna get off the subject, but I really do hope that they find that guy, because that was just, it was a real eye opener, because it was like, that was bound to happen, and it shouldn't have had to happen. It shouldn't have had to happen, but it turned out it wasn't even an Uber driver. Like, it was bound to happen that somebody was gonna eventually get in the car, but they saw it on camera, somebody getting in the car. You never know if that actually happened already. I doubt that this is the first time that this has happened. Somebody could have gotten it and ended up dead, but now that it's been seen on camera and everything, I don't know. It gave me goosebumps. Gave me goosebumps when I because I'm like, oh my God. Like, I mean, didn't it give you goosebumps? It's like, okay, she got in the back of a car and she thought it was a Uber driver or a Lyft driver. Like, a Lyft driver, you at least see the thing, but you still never know, even with a regular cab. But these regular cabs are like registering. You used to see the taxi sign, and there were more. Now they're getting into more being like cars, just cars pulling up, and I'm an Uber driver, I'm a cab driver. So like, I got to know by like looking at your car that, okay, it's a cab, or I get in, I look in, and I see that there's a barrier and it's a cab. Like, if I get in and there's no barrier, there's nothing, I'll be like, where's your dashboard stuff of your IDs and everything like that? Like, pay attention, America, because there are crazies out there. Okay, so I'm not going to say moving on. I'm going to say next subject. Everything else will be moving on. I hear a lot of people out there, they're using the term race baiting. And I was looking up the term, because sometimes, you go on, you watch all these shows and everything like that, and anchors and stuff like that, and they're using all these big words, and he's being ambiguous, and an ambiguity, and he's, self da-da-da-da, and you're just kind of like, you're catching all these words, but then some of these words, you're just kind of like, I'll look that up later. If you're like me, you're like, I'm smart, I got a degree, but I'm still like, some of those words, they just keep going on. And it's like, are you just doing this to try to make me feel dumb? But you have to understand your audience and who you're talking to. You can't just be out there self-deprecating. You can't just be out there talking a whole bunch of words and only your certain colleagues, and then people who watch it gotta like catch up, because that's how I had to do. Even going to school and everything like that, I still had to be like, okay, da-da-da. But when I heard the term race baiting, I was really like, well, what the hell does race baiting mean? What does it mean? And then I was looking it up, and it was actually a few different definitions for it. You have, I smoke, I talk, and keep going. The use of racially derisive language, actions, or other forms of communication to anger or intimidate or coerce. Now, you hear a lot that these anchors, they always talk about black anchors and stuff like that, like they're race baiting. So I'm like, they're trying to intimidate? Not likely. They're trying to coerce? Coerce who? Coerce their specific audience that watches them into believing that this person is racist. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that even in the slightest. And not what I'm saying is not that I don't believe that anchors race bait. What I'm saying is it happens on both sides. It happens on both sides, and you always see the white people get in trouble for it because it sounds like they're racist. And then you hear the black people getting in trouble for it because it sounds like they're trying to say, yeah, he's racist, he's racist, he's racist. And the truth is, it's like that thing that they do. What's that called? I mean, Geraldo Rivera, say what you want about him, but he actually was like, you know how people say things to try to prove their point, to make a political argument? It's pretty much the same way. A race-baiting person who is trying to make a political argument can say, they can say anything, even about immigration. They can say stuff like, oh, well, I just had to speak to a mother because she lost her son because of an immigrant had shot him, and this is why I think that we need immigration, reform and stuff like that. You're using a tragedy, tugging on the hearts of people to get a specific response. People say, yeah, I believe that, because that is actually wrong. You shouldn't do that. You should have a basic conversation, a basic argument to say that I agree with this or I don't agree with this. But when you start pulling people, and then now you're getting more and more families coming out saying what? Yeah, I don't agree with them using me as a political prop, or the death of my child as a political prop. They're doing it to tug on the heartstrings. The people need to, and now it's just like, and they're doing it. And the thing is, if one side actually stopped doing it, the other side would have to. So they tug on heartstrings. The other side, my nose looks really thin right now. And I'm like, my nose is not that thin. That's why I have makeup. So one side's doing it, they talk about, the black kid that died, and the other side is talking about, the white family that got killed by a Mexican crossing the border, and they're using that to further their political argument. And you guys need to stop that. Like, all you guys need to stop that. You got something to say it. Just say it. You got something to say it, but don't say it in the terms of trying to push your viewpoints onto your audience. Yeah, I'm with Fox News, so I know everybody's Republicans, or hardcore Republicans, hardcore conservatives, and I have to push my argument on people. Like I said, if you watch my channel, you already know what I'm about. My views are blatant out there, is for everyone, but it's not a view of a Republican, it's not a review of a Democrat, it's not a review of a conservative or a liberal, it's a view or an independent. It's a view of someone who's literally stepping back and just looking at what they're putting out there on both sides. And it's just funny to see, people's reaction, because people expect you to have a specific political viewpoint. You have to be arguing, A or B, left or right. You have to be arguing the independent, the conservative, the liberal, the left or right. You have to be arguing. And what if you're not? What if you're like, okay, I think we all see what the hell this is, and I don't want to affiliate myself with any particular group. If Trump's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing because he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Not because he's a Republican, because he's a shady character, because he's a shady person. You know what I mean? But everybody expects you to have a specific viewpoint on him. Oh, I'm saying this. Then they can say, oh, the Democrats this. Oh, the Republicans this. What if it's just a person that's literally looking back and saying, you know what? That's not right. That's not right. Oh, are you saying it from a sympathetic point of a Democratic because, No, I'm saying it because the man shouldn't be going out there on national television calling countries shithole countries. You need to use your head. And then it's funny. What's funny is how people try to back you, I hate that word, irregardless, but I'm actually going to use it, regardless. It's funny how people tend to back you regardless of your viewpoints, regardless of whether they really agree with you. They'll still back you because you're in their political party. That is actually scary, because it's like, because that's how you get dictators. That's literally how you get dictators. I don't actually really kind of agree with you, but I have to agree with you because I'm in your political party, or I might agree with a few things, but I don't agree in the majority of what you say. But because you're a political party, because you're my political party, and because I'm a diehard Republican, I'm going to vote for you. That's scary. You ever see those things right before elections when they show like old ladies in different communities and stuff like that, and they always talk about they're like, what do you think of Trump? And a lot, and you hear a lot of them say, well, I don't really care what his views are as long as he's a Republican. Or I don't really care that he, he goes out and he has a little sex with some porn stars. But if this was 19, when did Bill Clinton have his affair? 93, 94, 95, somewhere around. Like, if this was back then, they would have crucified him. It wasn't because he was Bill Clinton, because it was a different time. They crucified Monica Lewinsky. Now, the porn stars out there, going from strip club to strip club, making her money. And, and he actually sued her. Bill Clinton would have never had the balls to sue somebody who he found out actually, like, when they found out he was sleeping with her, he was like, I'm suing you. Why are you suing me? You suing me because you making money off the fact. And he sued her, and actually, and like they said, it was a joke that it actually cost her money to sleep with him. See, I always say, wake up, America, and pay attention, because, he's throwing it out there. He's literally like, I can do whatever I want, and no one's going to do a damn thing to me. And and it's really kind of scary in that notion, actually. Okay. So, I also found out that, while I was sitting back watching the world turn, as it were, I was actually watching, how different anchors and stuff like that keep getting into trouble by saying like racist stuff or trying to, trying to soften it. Like, oh no, it's not that bad. It's just blackface. People are doing, yeah. But let me say this, and I'm going to read this out so everyone knows where I stand with this. So, remember how Megyn Kelly had to apologize? Was it back in October of 2017, 2018? She had to apologize because it seemed like she had to apologize to her colleagues because she was defending blackface. And then a whole, slew, I'm going to use the word slew, and a whole slew of people, I'm sorry, like, politicians, every time you turned around, it was like somebody else was caught in blackface. Somebody else. It was like everybody's mad at them. But you have to understand something. And they would say something like, I only dress like Michael Jackson. I only dress like Magic Johnson or Michael Jackson or one of them Jays or whatever like that. And it was like, blackface. Let me say it like this so everyone understands what I'm saying. Blackface means something different to black people. Say it again. Blackface means something different to black people. Now, more historically, blackface has not been kind to the black person, i.e. black man. Blackface was a sign of ridicule. And, they would put blackface on and it was supposed to entertain, the white people and everything like that. It was a sign of ridicule. And if you know your black history in any way, you would know that was actually extremely disrespectful. But I'm going to read this, and I'm going to read this verbatim from my own mind that I wrote down. See, blackface of a man was seen as ridicule. And people, and you know what? And the people knew it. These people know it. These people know that blackface isn't a good thing to be walking around with. Now, maybe some of the older politicians in the 70s, but they weren't walking around in the hood and everything like that with it. They were walking around within their college of other white people, and they're in these, collegiate halls and partying and stuff like that, and you got, other white kids, other privileged white kids, and you have the parents at home that never explained the dynamics of black people to them in any way. You can tell because they're walking around with black faces on. They never explained the dynamics of saying, the only thing they ever talked about was like shopping and school and this family and other families that are white within this community and our family. And they never explained that to them. And then their kids go to college and they put on blackface. I'm not even going to read it. And then the kids go to college and they put on blackface. And they get rid of, and I guess it's been going on for a while because you're talking about politicians who are in their 50s have to deal with allegations of blackface back in the 70s and 60s and 80s. Like y'all been doing it a while, so it's not nothing new. But now that it's become completely unacceptable by society, now people got to apologize. I'd be like, I'm not going to apologize. I'm sorry. Come on now. If I was like 50, 60 years old, I'm not going to apologize for something I did back in the 70s. Who the hell am I apologizing? Oh, I'm apologizing to the media? Who am I apologizing to? I'm not going to apologize for wearing blackface in the 70s. I'm going to apologize for wearing blackface now that it suddenly became, unacceptable in society. It's always been unacceptable. But I'm not going to be a 35-year-old person apologizing for what I did and no one knew and nothing was. Now all of a sudden, it's like, I hate to say it. I hate to say it like this. But imagine you, let's do something real simple. But then I'm going to give you another example of something harsher. Let's say, smoke cigarettes. And when I started smoking cigarettes was like $1.75 a pack, $2 a pack. This is like back in, 1997, 1996. Cut to 10 years after that, they say smoking is bad, whatever, and they just keep raising the price. Now it's looked on as a complete blight by most of society. Like, you still smoke? That's disgusting. That stuff will kill you. Because of all the research. But think about this. Back in the 50s, pregnant women were smoking. And nobody said anything to them. But let you see a 7-month-old pregnant woman smoking now. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You trying to kill your baby? You trying to die young? What you doing? Things progressively become more and more unacceptable within our society that we find ourselves in today. That is a small, because it can't compare to blackface. Because all the stuff that people went through, it can't compare to black. But just think about it. I'm not even going to give you another example. Just think about it in the smallest terms of that. It gets worse and worse and worse until it becomes completely unacceptable. They were even talking about Joe Biden. I love Joe Biden. Love Joe Biden. Oh, he's close. He talks. I know a bunch of people that be talking to you like this. You gotta step back. Yeah, girl, yeah, and take a step back. I know people who talk close like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people are like that. But the more and more we get into our society of technology and stuff, the less and less people. Come on now, 15 years ago, nobody would have cared. Like, you guys are close talker. Other than that, nobody would have cared. And you know what, ladies? You kiss my ass with that shit, okay? I'm sorry. You can kiss my fucking ass with that shit. He didn't do anything, actually, anything. Think about it. He didn't do anything. He just made me feel like, why the fuck you bringing that up? Somebody's uncle could have made you feel, your own goddamn uncle could have made you feel uncomfortable when you was 15. You ain't never bring that shit up. Then you want to bring it up years like back in 2009, bitch, please. I'm sorry, I have to sound more. But I was just like, He didn't do anything, but I'm going to tell you something. Those are not the people that's for him. Those people are for other people. One girl's for somebody else, the other girl's for somebody else. Another allegation of him doing nothing has come out. That just sounds really like, okay, so what did he touch him? No, he just put his hand on their shoulder and they were looking at the computer and he leaned over and he was like, oh, your hair smells good. Especially if you worked with somebody for years. I had a manager one time. Gave me a hug from the back. And I was like, hey, who the hell's behind me? Gave me a kiss. You need to go clean that over there. I never looked oh no, he touched me. See, you didn't say nothing then. Oh, he was in a position of power. He didn't do anything. See, the thing is, if he would have done something, I would have been like, okay, Joe. But he didn't actually do anything. Nobody's actually saying anything about the man. They're just saying, he made me feel, what does that mean? See, you're throwing it out there for the world to see for no fucking reason, to bring attention that he could have done something possibly wrong, but he didn't. I cannot stand shit like that. Like, you're from a different political party or a different whatever, and you're trying to make him look like you're trying to bring focus to him in a negative light, but the man actually didn't do anything. So why fucking say something? Another woman has accused him of doing nothing. Like, I just get so pissed about stuff like that. Like, did he do something? No, but I felt uncomfortable. He's an older man. He's not 27 years old. He's not 40 years old. He's an older man. He's a very affectionate, hugging, sweet type person. So to see him kind of be berated, but see, like that, it was like we're getting into that society where you never know what's the truth. So you just take people at their word. Hear what I'm saying? You don't know what the truth is, so you just keep taking people at their word. As far as we know, as a society, we could have ruined a few careers already. You know, like I say, don't make a judgment till you know all the facts. He said, did you hear that thing about Joe Biden? Nothing about Joe Biden. Yeah, but nothing happened. See, that's what they want. I was literally at work, like, nothing happened. You know, like, nothing happened. So, like, did you hear that thing about Joe Biden? What about Joe Biden? You mean nothing about Joe Biden? That it just, I don't know. People are coming out and they're saying stuff, but it's not bad. It's just kind of like he was close. And he smelled my hair and gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. And did he touch you? Did he grope your shit? No. Then what the fuck are you talking about? He made me feel uncomfortable because of his closeness. He's a close person. Not only with women, but with men. He's just a nice, friendly person. Does friendliness make you uncomfortable? Yeah, from my boss. He shouldn't have kissed me on the cheek. How long you worked for his office? 10 years? Okay, well, you know, but you didn't feel the need to say nothing any other time until the man started running for president. Fuck you, both y'all. Both of you, bitches. Fuck both of y'all. Because I'd have been like, what? I'm sorry. I'd have been like, what? Wait a minute. She said what? What she said? And then he got out. I'm not going to apologize for shit. They ain't said I did shit. They're sitting up there, and that's another thing. That is another thing. Anytime you see a star or a rapper or a singer or a politician or an actor, they always got to go out there and apologize. Apologize for fucking what? R. Kelly should apologize because this is the second time he should apologize. Lori Loughlin, yo motherfucking ass should apologize. And everybody was like, oh, she's out there and she's, you know, taking pictures and shit like that. What's she supposed to do? Go in there crying? She got to make that money while she can because she know goddamn well after she get out of jail, ain't nobody going to hire her ass. She ain't going to be the face of Hallmark anymore. And now, you know, people come after, like Joy Behar said something about her acting. So people come at you when you at your lowest. Please believe it. People come at you and, oh, shit. Excuse me. She ain't that good of an actor anyway. Oh, but she can't act that good. come at you. People come at you when you're not doing that good. And when you at your lowest, people kick your ass in the nuts. Please believe it. So I don't like to sit there and like, okay, so what did she do? She didn't do nothing. If you really think about it, come on, think about it. When you first heard the story, it's like, oh my God, no. You were probably sitting there thinking, she got caught. When others didn't. I know my fans are probably thinking that, like, she got caught. That's it. She got caught when other people didn't get caught. Come on now, she ain't the first one to buy their dumbass kid into college. Come on. People aren't honest with themselves. They wanna act like it's all rosy. It's not. It's not. Please believe me, it's not. You know, people have been buying their kids into Ivy League schools for people been buying their kids into medical school. Then all of a sudden, you know, it's on all over the news and they shitting all over and stuff because you gave it away. That's been happening. They're wealthy. That's been happening a long, long, long time. And I don't mean in the last 20 years. I'm talking about this shit probably been happening forever. There's a new school. They won't let me in, Dad. And oh, could have been 1932 or 19. It's a medical school. I'll get you in there. But for some reason, people think that celebrities are like good, excellent people. They just have a lot of, they're talented and they have a lot of money. That's it. That is not their character of who they are. That's their job of what they do. You could be a firefighter and be a fucking dick and probably let somebody burn up in a building. Or you could be a dick and go in there and get them. If it's between, I ain't going in there. It's too smoky and I never make it out. And then there's the firefighters that go up into the Twin Towers. I mean, it's just the person. You know, it's the person. It's not their job. And sometimes I'm not talking, like, I've been talking about different topics because I'll get to Trump, but I've been talking about different topics because I wanted people to really understand that you have to look at, like, when you watch stuff on TV and stuff and you see stuff, you have to understand that those are just actors. Those are regular people like you and me. They're just actors. And they do a good job acting, and we're fans of this. But they have to be, these people, some people say, why do they need to be held accountable? If I was an actor, I'd be like, don't hold me accountable. Shit, you do you, I do me. If I was an actor, I'd be like, don't hold me to shit. I'm a regular person just like you, but we just think so highly of them. I remember Johnny Depp said that. He was like, we just, in this country, Americans just kind of like, they just worship, actors and people, stars and stuff like that. He said that shit ain't like that in France and stuff. That's why he was always over there and shit. Like, that shit ain't like that. Regular fucking people, I can walk down the street and nobody's like, oh my God. But, I guess he probably got to a certain point where that shit stopped too. I don't know.